Hey guys, what's going on? I'm RaiseFire. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a competitive Fortnite player and content creator who's been around the game since its beginnings, and have competed in various tournaments throughout that time, including both the summer and fall skirmishes. I have a strong passion for competing and improving, but also a strong passion for teaching and informing, and I'm hoping I can bring together both of those passions to make a series of videos that will help even the newest of Fortnite players get a firm grasp on the game and moving forward towards that sweet victory royale. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's jump right into it. In a lot of Battle Royale games, weapons can have various attachments and complicated inventories that can be difficult to navigate. Fortnite's response to this is the weapon rarity system. Rather than picking up attachments for weapons, the weapons themselves come in different rarities. As you can see by this chest on the left, there are 3 shotguns of the exact same type. However, if you'll pay attention to their colored outlines and background on the inventory bar in the bottom right, you'll see that the colors are different. This is because of their weapon rarity. Fortnite weapons can come in 5 different rarities: common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. However, most people simply refer to them by their outline and background color on the inventory bar: gray, green, blue, purple, and gold. There was a 6th rarity above legendary for a time too, but let's try to forget that that ever existed. Anyways, every weapon has a specific range of rarities in which it can be found. Some only exist in a specific rarity, and others range as many as 3 rarities or more, like the tac shotguns in this chest. Weapons that exist within a range of rarities operate the same but have minor differences, mainly their base damage and reload speeds. So, while in game, always be on the lookout for a better version of your weapon if it's not already at its highest rarity. Many weapons in Fortnite also have a higher caliber weapon of the same type that exists within the same family of weapons. In this particular instance, we have the purple and gold pumps. While they operate differently than the tactical shotguns in terms of base stats, because of their crazy high burst damage and potential to do over 200 damage to enemies in one hit, many experienced players consider them to be much stronger, and as such will almost always swap to them if given the chance. A few other examples of this would be the suppressed SMGs and their higher caliber compact SMGs, pistols and their higher caliber silenced pistols, and hunting rifles with their higher caliber suppressed sniper rifles and heavy sniper rifles. Now that we have weapon rarities out of the way, we can cover the next essential: healing. Currently, there are 6 consumable items in Fortnite: bandages, medkits, small shield potions, which are commonly referred to as minis, shield potions, which are commonly referred to as big pots, half pots, or 50 pots, slurps, and chug jugs. Each healing item has unique characteristics which are very important to know, but can be confusing at first glance. To help with this, I'll see if I can throw on a visual aid of some sort to make sense of them as we run through them all on screen here. To begin, we'll start with bandages. At this point in time, bandages can be stacked up to 15 per inventory slot, take 3.5 seconds to use fully, and heal 15 health at a time, healing up to a maximum of 75 player HP. If the player already has 75 HP, bandages can no longer be used. Due to their low amount of healing and long use time, many players consider bandages to be the worst healing item in the game, and, as a result, will usually only carry it if there are no other options. Next, we'll look at minis. Minis can be stacked to a maximum of 6 per inventory slot, take 2 seconds to use fully, and will heal 25 shield to the player with a maximum of 50 shield. Similarly to the bandage, if a player has 50 shield already, minis can no longer be used. Due to their high availability in-game, quick use time, and moderately sized max stack size, many players consider minis to be the most versatile healing item and will prefer to carry them over most other healing options, especially in late game scenarios. Moving on, we'll take a look at the minis' big brother, the half pot. Half pots can be stacked up to 3 per inventory slot, take 5 full seconds to use, and upon consumption will reward the player with 50 shield, regardless of what their shield was prior. Because of this, they oftentimes go hand in hand with minis, as 2 minis in one big pot allow the player to quick and efficiently go from 0 to 100 shield. However, 2 big potions will also get the job done if there's no minis to be found. Returning to health healing items, we have the medkit. Medkits, like half pots, can be stacked up to a maximum of 3, take 10 seconds to use, and heal the player up to 100 health from any value. While they have great potential for use, many players will disregard them for a shield healing item due to their long use time and smaller stack size unless absolutely necessary. Big brother to the medkit and king of the healing items, we have the Chug Jug. The Chug Jug takes a whopping 15 seconds to use, but upon completion will heal the player up to full HP and shield both from any value. For this reason, Chug Jugs can only be carried in stacks of 1 per inventory slot. Chug Jugs are great for recovering after a long fight against opponents or topping yourself off before pushing an enemy. But because of its long use time, Chug Jugs aren't very good for healing in the middle of a fight, and as such are situationally used by higher level players. Last but not least, we have the Slurp. Slurps can be carried in a stack of 2 only, take 2 seconds to use, and heal 75 total health and or shield points with priority going to health. This item is being shown off separately due to its gradual healing characteristic comparative to the other 5 consumables burst healing, and its ability to heal both health and shield. Due to its flexibility, Slurps are great for topping off a player's health and shield when they're at odd values, and for taking a player from 50-75 shield and health to double 100 or max HP, a common value that appears often after taking 2 minis and maxing HP through bandages. Also, Slurps are the only consumable that can be taken when already at max health and shield due to its passive healing nature. In addition to the 6 healing items already shown, there are also a few environmental items in Fortnite that can be taken from the ground to heal a small amount of health or shield. Peppers, coconuts, bananas, and apples are items that can be found on the map that all heal 5 health to the player either instantly or over a short duration, and mushrooms, which can also be found on the map, will instantly award the player with 5 shield. These items will be consumed immediately and do not take an inventory slot. Another cool tip that I highly recommend in regards to healing is turning on auto sort consumables to right on in the game options. What this does is always put your healing items in the rightmost available slot rather than the leftmost available slot like most other items. This is really good in allowing you to always instantly have a slot in your inventory dedicated to healing and makes inventory management significantly easier. Building is the heart of Fortnite. It is what makes this game unique, it is what pushes this game's skill ceiling higher by the day, and it is integral to your success as a player. Because it's so important, rather than just throw it onto this video, I'll instead cover the bulk of the basics for next time. However, it is important to have a basic grasp of what building actually is and what it can do for you, why it's important, and to get a taste of it for yourself. In Fortnite, there are currently 4 pieces in which you can build with: walls, ramps, floors, and pyramids. Every building piece placed falls onto a cubic grid which intersects across the entire map. As you can see as I move my mouse around, rather than fluidly moving around in front of me, the piece I'm looking to build snaps from place to place and direction to direction. This is because of the cubic grid in which the map is locked to. Each of the 4 pieces interacts with one another in unique ways. Certain pieces can't be built where others already exist, and pieces must connect to each other in specific ways, otherwise they'll be unable to be built. However, some of these ways are a bit unconventional and are not always what you'd expect. In addition to this, each piece can also be modified through its own unique editing grid. This takes the 4 base builds a player can make and changes their purpose, how they interact with other building pieces, as well as serve some unconventional purposes, such as turning this pyramid here into a ramp. Player-made structures can also be created in 3 different material types: wood, brick, and metal. Wood has the lowest starting and finishing HP of the 3, but is the fastest to fully build. Brick is in the middle both in terms of health and build time, and metal has the highest starting and ending health, but takes the longest to fully build. A large part of what makes Fortnite unique is its building mechanic. However, within its building mechanic is an additional feature: trap slot items. These are items that can be placed on yours or your teammates' builds that provide various utilities to you beyond your weapons. These items contain no stack limit, don't take up inventory slots, and can be cycled through by switching to your traps in-game and right-clicking. Poison dart traps and spike traps can be used offensively to deal damage to your opponents. Campfires can be used to passively heal you and your teammates up to an extra 50 health while standing within 1 grid space of it, which is passive healing, similar to Slurps. Jump pads can be jumped on to provide quick and fast mobility across the map, which allow you to redeploy your glider. And turrets can be used to pressure opponents without risk of wasting ammo. However, depending on who you ask, the turret is a meme and you might not ever use it ever. But it's in the game, so we're going to go ahead and include it in the tutorial. That being said, at the making of this video, these are the currently available traps in-game. But there is a chance that Epic might remove some of these or add in new ones in the future as they've done in the past. So if you're watching this video on down the road and some of these things either are no longer available or you see things you're unfamiliar with, that is the reason why. But even if that does occur, generally speaking, these items are meant to be more utility in use rather than as weapon replacements, so I'm sure that future items would do the same. Gunplay in Fortnite is very unique. While pretty much every weapon has a degree of bloom or randomness to it, many weapons offer a unique feature that improves their accuracy all the way up to 100% per shot. This is called first shot accuracy and was meant to help reward those with solid aim in the game. First shot accuracy can be enabled in guns that are eligible by standing completely still, aiming down sights, which is also known as ADSing, and waiting for the 4 white lines on the crosshair to become transparent and connect in the middle. Upon seeing this, it means that first shot accuracy is enabled, and the next bullet fired will be fully accurate. However, it is important to note this will only be active for the first shot fired, hence the name, and if you wish to fire another fully accurate shot, you have to wait for the crosshair to reset to that previous transparent position. Different weapons also have different reset times, which we'll show off here in a second, and some weapons don't even have this feature at all. So it depends on which weapon you're currently using as to whether or not first shot is available and how fast that first shot does reset. At this point, you should know the ropes enough to get out there and really get a feel for the game without being totally lost. If building still seems like a foreign concept to you though, don't worry. I plan on covering building fundamentals and basics very soon, so make sure to stay tuned if you're really looking to get your feet wet with this game, and best of luck on your quest for that epic victory royale. Until next time guys, peace.